The rain stopped and I got another meal of peas. They're slowing down already. We would have had a lot more peas, but the rodents killed most of the plants off in our successive plantings. And 2 nice sized zucchinis. So that plant is producing well. And it'll be quite a few days though before we have another, because these grew at the same time and there's nothing really coming yet behind that. Just, little babies. But anyway, there's another garden harvest for now. Oh, we got chilies growing finally, but I'll show you another time. It's really wet out. Hi guys, I've done some pruning today. It's raining. People ask if I work in the rain. Sure, if there's no lightning. Especially doing this work. This is hot and heavy work. I cleared a lot of stuff, so now our flowers and herb bed here is cleared out. This is only 1/4 of the pile. I dragged a lot of it away already. And then, I'm looking up and not at the ground where I'm walking, I'm going to reroute the electric fence. So, sorry I can't show you the start because the clothes are hanging. I have cut a path here at an angle through behind the compost bin, and it's going to go around behind the greenhouse. And this also opens up our berry patch. So I've thinned out the trees a little bit because there's all kinds of blackberries in here. This is all berries. So I'm thinning this out a little bit over here to allow them to have some sunlight and nutrients. And then I'm not sure yet exactly how I'll take care of them for next year, but I'll research it. But it's all blackberries all through here. Here's some. This is all berries. All blackberries all through here. So I'm clearing this path out. There's some more blackberries, more blackberries, more blackberries, more up inside. And then the electric fence wire will be tacked onto some trees along here and run along this way behind the greenhouse. That way nothing will be able to get in and fall in. And then I'll run out and extend around the orchard a little bit further around the perimeter. I'll be able to mow more grass here and make it more pretty. I'll be able to cut this area here and maintain that nicely and have a nicer looking yard up here by the orchard. And extend around the apples more, because the deer have obviously been able to nibble at the outside branches by reaching over the fence. They don't jump it, but they'll reach over and nibble. So we can't have that. And in this grassy area will be enclosed and protected from ticks, so we can walk out here without danger. And again here, our one fruit tree, they didn't like that as much. Not been nibbled on. I think this is a cherry. Notice also though that the cherry is losing its leaves already. This is August, people. Our trees are dropping their leaves in August. Look at this one over here. Dropping its leaves. We have fall colors in August. This is so scary. It's not even the middle of August yet. Anyway, then I'm going to run a pathway through the woods up here for Melanie and I to walk through. I have to remow all this anyway with the push mower. So I'm going to have a pathway for us to walk out there through there. And this will all be protected in from the deer. Reason being, let me take you over there, which are starting to get heads. These are a resource for us, which I do value. And unfortunately, let me duck under the electric fence here. The electric fence doesn't protect them. And we've lost 2, there's a thin one, and 2 entire sunflowers, and most of another. That's not cool. That's very frustrating. And these are resources. These are going to be food for us and for the chickens. So the deer are approaching this and eating them at will. So I have to protect them if I want to keep them. And since they're growing, yes, I am going to protect them and care for them. So the electric fence is going to have to extend out through, and then it's going to come back and meet up over here on the outside of this garden edge. So I'll be able to take out, I may leave this piece in just for extra safety for the garden in case they get through the woods. but I'm going to tie into that corner post and go out and around and meet up at the apple orchard out here, because I have a crisscross mess of electric fence wires out here, which is ridiculous. I'll be able to get this one out of the way and this one out of the way, and there's one in the middle out here, because originally all I did is wrapped around each tree and then I extended on it and expanded, and now it's time to straighten things out and make it look better and make it more productive here, because that way then we can put another small tree in the middle. Right now there's too much fence wire in the way, and I also have a really bad time mowing out here with all these wires, so I'm going to get them out of the way, depending on if the weather allows. Yesterday we had severe, look at that as I'm speaking. Yesterday we had severe thunderstorms and all through the night. So today we haven't had thunder yet, so I've been running the chainsaw, cutting and trimming brush and stuff. Now I'm going to take a little coffee break. It's lunchtime anyway, and try to get back out here. Hey guys, I got quite a bit done. I haven't recorded much because it was raining on and off, and I just was plowing through. Now I bypassed a lot of plastic posts. I've got insulators on the trees, and that gives me tension. And then occasionally here and there I've got plastic posts for intermediate support here around here. Well, here's I'm gonna have to do some straightening here in places, using the trees where I can, right around the greenhouse, out straight up behind the greenhouse, and then I run around the greenhouse, and now I can eliminate all the wires along the garden edge. All these are coming out, and all the wires in this area, I've got a lot of the wire out of here already, and I'm pulling up all the fence posts. See, these are just sitting here now, nothing connected to them. All the stakes I got out of here. Now I can mow this lawn and maintain it nicer without all those stakes and all those wires in here. It was a nightmare. When I'm done, then I'll get the lawnmower going. And then I ran around through the trees up through here, so I've got less wires in my orchard, and that was the idea. Now much easier to mow. Just, it was a crisscross mess because I would add a little bit here and there as I went along. Now we can walk around here, we can set a bench up here once the trees are bigger. We just have a lot more room to relax and enjoy this space now. It's going to look better too with all the stakes gone. And then I want to clean this brush pile out. There's a little bit of a brush pile right here, and well, that's pretty deep too. I don't know what all that is down in there. That's an old decayed mess. Some of that maybe I can use as mulch or composted. Maybe I'll put all that in the compost eventually. Looks like an old, very old brush pile. Then I can mow around here and clean up this little spot, and then there's a little bit of still rotting wood, garbage in there too. I'll have to clean up the garbage, and then we'll have this whole beautiful area, and I'll mow up in there a little bit, and we'll have this whole area beautiful to enjoy. Throwing the brush on the other side of the fence to slow the deer down a little bit if they're running. And I'm going to put orange ribbons on the wire so they see it. It's a lot of work to do this right. The idea is so that the deer see the wire. And hopefully, I'm going to put the brush closer. When I'm done, I'm going to put the brush up closer. And then I won't need a wire underneath. And let me see over here. Here's the best example where I have the electric fence wire, which will have ribbons on it, orange ribbons. Although I think orange the deer don't see. I have to double check on that. And then the brush that I cleared out is right behind the fence, so they won't be walking underneath. All the way down through here, I used all the dead stuff that was in my way just to put up a natural barrier along behind the wire. Here I'm going to move it a little bit closer now that I know where the wire is. Move that up closer, and then any dead wood I cut off to get out of my way forms a bit of a natural barrier, and that'll slow down the deer from running through here and then from coming into my garden. Anyway, it's been a lot of work, a long day here. So I might have to nip out the one little oak tree. I don't want to take out too much, so I'm going to go to the entrance of my little walkway here. So I know this camera isn't so good audio. I might have to nip out a couple trees. I don't want to take much growth out. I don't want to cut any more than I have to. But anyway, there's my pathway where I enter into the forest, our little walkway. And I'm going to have a strand go across here. But this is only going to be single strand to go and connect my garden to make it live. Actually, no. Now that I think of it, I can terminate at that tree. Yeah, because the garden is done. I can terminate it right here. Right at this tree can be the end. I'll come out a little bit so the deer don't actually walk around and through, and that'll be the end right there. I don't have to close this up because this will be a closed loop, and in the garden is a closed loop, and hopefully that'll be enough to deter them entirely from coming in. Guys, had the push mower going. I trimmed out along the roadside, then I ran it out here. I have to say, I'm so exhausted. This humidity and heat today are brutal. It was in the mid 80s and 50-60% humidity. So I finished rerouting the electric fence wire. The garden, oh no, I got one more strand to run up to the controller. The garden will be fenced in, but open to the back side. And then this garden over here is fenced in. And then what I got here now, which you can probably not see very well, is one strand of wire for us to duck under and go into our orchard area, which I've remowed. And then I ran a path off through the woods for us to walk on. I'm always making pathways for us to walk on, for Melanie and I, that are bug free and whatever. I mowed around the trees, mowed up around to the greenhouse area. I also mowed through the path from the compost bin to the chickens. So I got little paths. I mowed over from here to the road again. Then we got a single strand going across behind the orchard. Now I'm going to have to put a second strand here because obviously this is an open pathway and the deer can duck right in. Oh, I probably should do that yet tonight. That's going to be a must. That'll have to be done. Otherwise they'll duck right through here and just help themselves to my garden, which is now exposed to this side. So got a lot going on. Let me take you off into the forest here. But I've got to mow around. I started to and I got just too exhausted. I'm going to mow around under the fence all the way around. Let me take you over and show you what I've been doing and how I'm going to use natural resources to reduce the amount of wire I need and prevent deer from getting through. Here's a strand of wire, and right under it I'm putting my brush that I'm hauling out of the area here, and I'm just tying that up just loosely right underneath the wire, and that way I won't need a second strand out here in the middle of the woods, and that'll reduce larger animals from coming through. It won't stop coyotes and other predators, but it will stop the deer which are grazing on my garden. Pretty much this is all protected now here, and here I loosely threw it up. That way I gotta put a little bit more here, but this way I don't have to use as much material. Here I've got to bring it closer. Here is my best part, where I put all the brush up under the wire, so an animal is going to hit its head on here when it tries to duck under. And just using all the natural resources, build myself a natural a sort of a fence line here. And then here I've got to drag this up under. I had it all dragged out of the way so I could put my fence up, my fence wire here, and now I've got to push it up underneath. But I'm really exhausted. I'm done for today, and the gardens are still protected themselves, so that'll be fine tonight. Hey guys, we got more packages, and Melanie is sitting right there. Now the one says Troy, that one right there, so put that aside. I'll check that myself. Okay. And the others you're going to open up, and I'll sit here behind the camera while you open packages.
They fell it. Oh.
Burp claws, good, I forgot about them.
Oh yeah, me too.
Puke rags.
Thank you. That is cute. Cool.
Is there a sheet in there?
Yeah.
Slip that to me. That's from, does it say? Dear Troy and Melanie, for sweet little Michelle. God bless you all. From Brenda.
Thank you. Oh.
Let me see.
It's so cute. Look at this.
My daddy, my hero.
That's so cute. I want to see everything. There's a tiny shoes.
Little shoes.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, a little headband, is it?
Yeah. And look at this other one.
Leggings.
Yeah, it's leggings. Oh, that's so cute.
The camouflage in pink.
Look like a soul.
Can you lay that out so I can show it? There it is.
My love and my hero.
Felix is on the box.
There's a bigger box. Thank you.
Oh good. I was hoping we'd get one of
Yeah.
them. Yes, thank you very much, whoever sent that.
Thank you so
That
much.
was... because we're going to try to go natural as long as everything agrees, right?
Yes.
Well, thank you everybody. Troy and me and
Special.
from the do-it-yourself world and the off-grid project. Thank you, everybody. Hey guys, I got a package. At least it says my name on it. It doesn't say Troy and Melanie, so let's see. I get to open one. See what we have. Oh, this is the thermometer, Melanie, for the baby. At least it had my name. I got to open one package, Melanie. There's the thermometer for the baby, and I got to open a package. It had my name on it. So thank you.